And the Jubilee Party has commenced interviews for 5 candidates eyeing the Kiambaa Parliamentary seat left vacant following the death of Paul Koinange. The party is changing its style of carrying out nominations, and this time will be done through interviews. The party officials will also interview 10 other candidates for the Muguga ward seat. Kiambaa Parliamentary is now following up the development and now joins us live from Jubilee House. Kiambaa, good afternoon. And of course, we've seen a section of some of the aspirants saying that they'll not take part in those interviews. Have they turned up, and what exactly is transpiring there as we speak?
Well, you know, the Jubilee Party lately has been really having a string of bad luck, a string of losses in the recently concluded by-elections. And we saw that the Jubilee Party Secretary General Raphael Tuju said they were changing tact. They would departing from the old ways of doing nominations when they would select individuals who would go for positions, and this time they would be doing interviews. And today they were doing interviews for those aspiring to take over from to fill the vacant seats in Muguga ward and Kiambaa constituency, following the deaths of those who held those seats previously. And they had asked all those intending to contest for those positions under the Jubilee Party to come here this morning for interviews. We've not been allowed in yet. We're waiting to be finally allowed in, or possibly to get communication on how many have come. But what we know is that in the Kiambaa constituency, there were about 7 candidates initially who had expressed interest in contesting under the Jubilee Party, but 2 of them dropped off, protesting what they said was lack of fairness in the party. They said they believe that the party has a preferred candidate for that position, and therefore they opted to go for other political parties. But 5 of them, 3 of those are actually Koinange family members, the late member of parliament from that region. And then there are 2 other candidates, Kariri Njama and also Josephat, who are also seeking to get this position. So we will be seeking to know from the Jubilee Party Secretary General how the interviews were carried out. What was this they were asking those particular contenders to know what they would be able to do, whether for the party or for the people of Kiambaa or Muguga. Muguga ward, we know that the former MCA passed away at the Kenyatta University Referral Hospital, where he had been admitted, and there are many others. There are about also 5 who have expressed interest in that seat. So we will be looking out later when we get to speak to the party officials to know how many people showed up, because there is a bit where somebody expresses interest in a seat, but showing up actually for that interview is something else. So we will be getting the finer details of those. But what we also know is that the by-elections in Muguga and Kiambaa constituency will be carried out in July 15th. The party is seeking to have finished getting the specific candidates who will run under its party to hand over to the IEB so that the process of preparations can start. We also know that there are other aspirants in other political parties. The UDA party has also fielded a candidate. We anticipate that also Moses Kuria's PEP will also field a candidate, among others. Other political parties will be fielding candidates in those vacant seats.
Well, thank you very much, Kiambaa, going outside the Jubilee Party headquarters.